How to become a billionaire in Kenya. For real. This one is for real. Let me tell you something most people in Kenya will never hear. Becoming a billionaire is not about motivation. It is not about waking up at 4 a.m. It is not about quotes. It is about control. Control of systems, control of distribution, control of cash flow at scale. And today, I'm not giving you fantasy. I'm giving you the real paths that have already produced billionaires in this country of ours, Kenya. If you study people like Aliko Dangote, Strive Masiyiwa, Chris Kirubi, or James Mwangi, you notice something. They don't hustle. They positioned. And that is the identity shift we must make right now if we need to become billionaires of this generation. Billionaires don't sell products, they own platforms. I want you to take a look at Kenya. Where does money concentrate? It is in banking, telecom, energy, infrastructure, agriculture at scale, real estate, logistics, and digital finance. Why? Because they are arteries of the economy. For example, Safaricom didn't become powerful by selling airtime. It became powerful by owning the payment rails through M-Pesa. When you control how money moves, you don't chase money. Money flows through you. And so, if your dream is to become a billionaire in Kenya, stop thinking of small businesses. Think of economical infrastructure. Right now, most people are watching this think like, Anas, you must become an allocator, an architect, a system builder. You don't ask, how can I make money? You ask, what system in Kenya is inefficient, under-digitized, corrupt, slow, or monopolized, that I can restructure and make it mine? Because that is where billions are born. Billionaires are not created in comfort. They are created in broken systems. Kenya has many broken systems, and that is an opportunity most people won't see, because we are trained and programmed with this scarcity mentality of being in poverty. The real part number one, financial infrastructure. Millions of Kenya are unbanked or underbanked. Microloans are expensive, credit scoring is weak, insurance penetration is low. If you build the next financial infrastructure in Kenya, small lending, escrow systems, agricultural finance platforms, cross-border trade rails, you are building the bloodstream of commerce. Look at how Equity Bank Kenya scaled by targeting the ignored population. They didn't compete for the rich, they empowered the bottom of the pyramid. Scale with AI, scale with data, scale regionally. And now, you are not building an app, you are building a financial spine. Real path number two, agricultural at industrial scale. Kenya runs on agriculture, but most people farm emotionally, not industrially. Billionaires are not in farming, they are in processing, logistics, export and control, storage and supply chains. Own the storage, own the distribution, own the export, and you own everything. You have to own in this capital age of ours. If you digitize farmer networks, create aggregation hubs, then control the cold chain logistics, you control the pricing power, and that is where wealth concentrates, if nobody ever told you that. Real path number three, energy and infrastructure. Energy is destiny. Kenya is pushing geothermal, solar, and grid expansion. Study how energy flows. Study where the inefficiencies are. Whoever solves the rural energy at scale, battery storage at scale, or the industrial energy optimization becomes essential, and essential businesses cannot be ignored. The real path number four, digital platforms. The next billionaires in Kenya will likely emerge from e-commerce infrastructure, AI automation platforms, payment processing, logistics, tech, education technology, healthcare technology. It is not about entertainment. It is not entertainment. Infrastructure. It is about infrastructure. I want you to remember this. If If your business disappears tomorrow and the country continues normally, you are not building a billion-dollar company. If your business disappears and the industry freezes, now you become dangerous. You become part of the economy. Here is the tension that most people feel. Maybe you are ambitious, you see the vision, but you lack capital, you lack the connections, you lack the political access. Good. Because billionaires are not built by starting rich. They are built by accumulating leverage. Step 1 is not about building the empire. Step 1 is entering the arena. Work inside banks, work inside telecom, work inside energy, work inside logistics. Why? Learn how the machinery works from the inside. Map the incentives. The reason why you should work inside, because these people keep how they operate. You must have an insider to tell you how it works, but you can be the insider yourself. So you have to map the incentives, map the corruption, map the inefficiencies, then position. How can you position yourself? This is not about a 1 year aim, a 1 year game. This is about a decade-year game, a 10 to 20 year war. The tension is in this. Do you want fast money or money power? Fast money buys cars, yeah. Power money buys influence, and influence multiplies capital. Most Kenyans are trained to seek security. Salary, stability, routine. Billionaires seek volatility, because volatility creates asymmetry. You must emotionally detach from the need to look successful early. You may look broke for years while positioning. You may look average while studying systems. You may be underestimated, and that is very good. That is very good. Underestimation is a camouflage. Shift from customer mindset to the controller mindset. Stop asking what you can afford and start asking how you can and what you can own. The real game. Network and politics. Let's be honest. In Kenya, politics and business are intertwined. Infrastructure deals, telecom, licenses, and energy contracts and land, these require relationships. So, you must build strategic alliances, legal literacy, policy awareness, region expansion plans. Study the East African community. Think beyond Kenya. Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, Ethiopia. A billionaire in Kenya alone is rare. Let me tell you something. A regional infrastructure builder, now that will scale. So, what is your capital strategy? You don't need billions to start. You need a skill that is rare and monetizable. Ownership of equity in scalable assets. Access to investors. Start by building cash flow businesses. Use them to acquire equity in scalable ventures. Never rely only on salary. Own shares. Own land strategically. Own data. Own distribution. Billionaires own assets that appreciate when they sleep. Your drive cannot be money. Money is too weak. Your drive must be dominance over a system. The hunger to redesign how things work. The obsession to build something that outlives you. Building because building your ego burns out. Building for control sustains. We are not hustlers. We are architects. We don't chase trends. We study infrastructure. We don't complain about corruption. We understand incentives. We don't beg for opportunity. We position for inevitability. Say it internally. I'm not here to survive in Kenya. I'm here to restructure and to structure Kenya to my own identity. Repeat it again. I'm not here to survive in Kenya. I'm here to structure Kenya. That identity changes the behavior, your behavior, and behavior compounds. If you are serious and not entertained, but serious, really serious, do this. Choose one sector in Kenya that controls money flow. Spend the next 6 months studying it deeply, work inside it, and build inside it. Network strategically and not socially. Build something that scales beyond your city. Stop looking for shortcuts. There are no legal shortcuts to billions. There is only leverage, and leverage is built quietly. If this message hit you, don't just like it. Commit to the identity. Commit to the identity. Write down the sector which you will dominate on the comment section, because becoming a billionaire in Kenya is not impossible. But it is not accidental either. It is engineered. And the question is not whether you can produce, whether Kenya can produce more billionaires. The question is, will you become one of the engineers who becomes the billionaires? Comment if you are one of the billionaires or the engineers right now on the comment section. Have a wonderful time. Peace out.